So today, I'm an hour behind schedule. The reason I'm behind schedule is because I had to make notes about what I was going to say to the Inspector General, the Department of Inspector General, with all the details of why I'm contacting them. It basically summarizes and highlights 70 emails that Internal Affairs has not responded to because officers continue to not respond to crime. This actually happens in my neighborhood. MCR calls them delusional beliefs. And they use entrapment to cause hospitalizations and tell neighbors to stalk the target, me, because Patty wants me to move. So, it's time to call. And you know me by now. I document everything. Because I have to. Because nobody believes me. Which is crazy. Because I tell nothing but the truth. I've always been that way. But even friends that have known me for a long time do not believe me. It's got to be a curse or a hex or something. I've never experienced anything like it in my life. And it's really depressing when you think about it. Because the fact that somebody can do this to somebody else is a problem in society because it completely fucks with their life. And it's being done on purpose. It's no accident. It's designed to make me move because of something that I've done in the privacy of my own home. How dare I? I'm not sure if it's drugs or if it's sex, but something somebody doesn't like, who is queen in the neighborhood. She makes all the rules in the neighborhood. And everybody doesn't cross her because she's a bitch. So, I'm calling today to find out if Nate Smith, isn't that an interesting name? Nate Smith. Oh, sorry. Nate Simon. Nate Simon. Who I met in the lobby of the building where the Department of Inspector General, which is now handling all of the internal affairs for the police, which is an outsourced and good call because I'm not getting anywhere going internally. So it's a good thing that they're going outside in order to get issues with the division dealt with, because it's riddled with discrimination and profiling and a whole bunch of corruption, and that's not good for the people. So Nate Simon is the person I met and told what was going on in the neighborhood. And he said that he had received my emails through Internal Affairs and actually keyed in and typed in the a couple of the reports, and that they were actually investigating a few of them. So my purpose for calling today is to find out which ones they are investigating, because I have a suspicion that an actor was presented to me to believe that somebody was investigating so that I wouldn't actually talk to the Department of Inspector General. So this is me finding out. If I don't get too pissed off by the conversation, I hope to get through my list of things. I'll read it to you now, just in case I get pissed off and decide to end the video. Since 2018, I have been trying to report neighborhood crime, but been blocked by several officers and the online portal. 6 911 calls. I have the transcripts asking for help in resolving neighborhood harassment. 13 voicemails to a community liaison officer. I videotaped the messages I left. 11 emails to a second community liaison officer. I have them in a folder. 70 plus emails to Internal Affairs Bureau. I have those in a folder. All text, phone conversations, and email with a specialty officer, and I have all that. Arvid and Patty want me to move out of the neighborhood, and at least 3 other known addresses stalk my behavior for using drugs to get me hospitalized over and over again. The police encourage the stalking in order to get me moved out of the neighborhood to please Patty Ryan. Abruptly, stays of detention replaced the evaluations, and those happened over and over again. An example is in fall of 2020, 4 hospitalizations occurred in a 6-week time period. One narrative for a hospitalization said 3 simple words: not wearing shoes. I was on my own fucking property. It was summer. But somebody decided to call, and then somebody decided to sign it at the probate court and approve it. Um, 23 hospitalizations have been performed in 5 years. Two imposters came into the neighborhood saying that they were the Secret Service in July 2019 and spoke with me and Patty Ryan. I found out many lies they told when I received 45 911 transcripts related to my address from 2017 to 2020 in June 2021. Now I need to share with you that I have experienced torture using remote neural monitoring, which is known as RNM. And when somebody harasses you inside your head and teases you and taunts you all the time, you act a little bit angrily. So I often talk inside the privacy of my own home and occasionally outside, but I've done my best to keep the talking outside, because when I do talk outside, cops show up and they take me in for another hospitalization, because Patty has instructed neighbors to call if they see symptoms of a mental illness. Patty and Arvid teamed up with police, telling lies of a mental illness I didn't have at the time. I believe the imposters told them things to want my neighbors to make me move. They believe all the lies, and they told the police, who believe all the lies as well. The police call my reports of crime with evidence occurring and a known suspect delusional beliefs and ignore my pleas for help because the lies are still being spread today, and I continue to report. October 22nd, 2021. Report number 213026793. Secret Service imposters report of crime over the phone. I made a video of the call. It's on my YouTube channel, Robert Milligan. I asked to be informed of an investigator. I called a week later, and there was no investigation, and the federal offense became a miscellaneous incident, which means no crime has occurred, no criminal activity. The report now does not appear in the online report portal. I now know a suspect, HLL9533, and re-reported on July 16th, 2022. And the report is not on the portal. Temporary report 2201131. May 21st, 2022. T22007696. Online report of Microsoft account being compromised. A device. Laptop I don't own is listed. The location history from Valentine's Day 2022 to May 15th, 2022 was at 7 addresses in the neighborhood 50 times. I've never been to these neighbors' homes. 457 Midgard was visited 23 times. My phone number is linked to a PC. I don't use a PC. Between April 16th, 2019 and June 2019, someone called the police mediation center, pretending to be me. I found out when I went in person to talk about the letter and was told I called, but I didn't. September 26th, 2020 at 6:45 p.m. A Pat from Texas called me and said I called her 15 minutes ago. I looked at recent calls and I hadn't. 437 and 441 Como are the only two homes that received the letter that I wrote to the Police Mediation Center. June 23rd, 2022. Report number 22004494469. Jaisung's iPhone linked to my network, which means that he has access to all of my devices. I made a report to an officer of MRC unit who illegally detained me, and it was entrapment, when I went to Internal Affairs to try and get help with crime in the neighborhood. I reported verbally in the cruiser and tried to get the CD. This was 10 days ago, but it has not arrived in the mail. I sent it priority mail because it's important. It's still not here. The report of crime does not appear on the online report portal. In 2020, I discovered someone pissed in a drywall joint compound 5-gallon tub and closed the lid. I reported online to the police and FBI 2 times, tip and forensics unit. No response to the home invasion with DNA evidence. On July 19th, 2022, I re-reported online. T22011475, and it doesn't appear in the online report portal. The poopy bucket contains DNA of a home invasion. There have been over a dozen known home invasions. I've had my mail stolen and returned weeks later. Somebody loves, in a really sick way, fucking with my life. I've documented it all. And the police refuse to help. My friends refuse to help. Lawyers refuse to help. I am so pissed at my neighbors for being quiet and not helping. They have very important information that I need to get this resolved. And the problem is not just going to affect me, but it affects a lot of people, potentially the whole world. So I don't know what it is that keeps the police from helping resolve crime. But if I were them, I would figure it out. Because I'm reporting facts. And because they profiled me and discriminated against my disability, which I don't even have, of schizophrenia, which is 1% of the world population. So I go from 0 to 45 in 99% of the population. And all of a sudden, I become this 1%. Brain witches have way too much power. And a brain witch is a psychiatrist. They do guesswork all day. They look at you and they determine a problem. And to a psychiatrist, the whole world is mentally ill. Because it lines their pockets. Silly. Anyway, here we go. We're going to call and see how far we get. Got to write down Nate Simon. This is what I do all day. Try and get free. And people refuse to help me. It's the saddest story ever. But I keep trying. And boy, are the dollars adding up. Because people are wrong about what they think. I don't know what's gotten into people. But I'll tell you what. I do not lie. And everything that comes out of my mouth is the absolute truth. Because I wouldn't want to be lied to. So I pay it forward by being honest. And if somebody is playing a very, very cruel trick on me, and they think it's going to drive me insane. No, man, it's just going to piss me off a lot. And that's what they were going to go for next. My aggressive behavior. Please, get a life. If you've been fucked with as much as I have, you'd show a little bit of aggression, I promise. Here we go.
Hello, you have reached the City of Columbus Department of the Inspector General Hotline. The Department of the Inspector General is responsible for receiving all complaints of misconduct and or the use of excessive force by sworn personnel within the Columbus Division of Police, filed by citizens. If you wish to file a complaint with our office regarding misconduct and or the excessive use of force, please leave a voice message providing a name, contact information, and a brief description of your complaint. Once that information is received, someone from our office will contact you as soon as possible to discuss the information provided. Please note, no person shall knowingly file a complaint against a peace officer that alleges that the officer engaged in misconduct in the performance of the officer's duties if the person knows that that allegation is false. Making a false allegation of an officer misconduct under the Ohio Revised Code Section 2921.15 is a first-degree misdemeanor, punishable by a maximum penalty of 180 days in jail and or $1,000 fine. Record your message at the tone. When you are finished, hang up or press pound for more options.
Hello there, my name is Robert Milligan, and the reason I'm calling today is to follow up with a conversation I had in the lobby with a Nate Simon that I believe works in your Department of Inspector General about crime that's been happening in my Clintonville neighborhood. There are many issues that are needing to be addressed. The most important is a belief by the division that my reporting of crime and claims of crime are delusional beliefs. I actually have evidence of the crime occurring and a known suspect. The police and internal affairs have not addressed any of the crimes that have been occurring in my neighborhood, and they have deleted reports of crime that are federal offenses and have made them miscellaneous incidents without ever investigating them. And the crimes are ongoing, which is a huge problem. Nate Simon said that he had keyed in information from emails that were sent over from internal affairs, and that you guys were working on a couple of the cases. So I was interested in learning which ones you guys are following up on. And if you can return my phone call at the earliest convenience, I'd appreciate it. 614-506-1924 is my number. And I hope to hear from you today. I know it's about 1:30, and I'm sure you're busy, but hopefully soon we can get this taken care of. I have reported crime and recorded reporting it, and it has disappeared and is not present. And that's a huge issue for the police. And I need this addressed, and I need the crimes in my neighborhood addressed too. Thank you, and I hope you have a good afternoon. Goodbye. There we go. When I went in on Friday and met with Nate, if that's even his real name, I'd recognize him if I saw him again. So that's a good thing. He won't be coming around me anymore if he's an actor. I forget what I was going to say. I guess it just doesn't matter. Anyway, hey, there's a strike. Oh, yes, I remember now. When I went in on Friday, the phone rang and rang and rang and rang and rang and rang and rang. I sat down to journal. And Nate walked in from the outside into the inside. So he didn't come from a door, like a magic portal door to the office. He came from the outside. So, and I believe it was not 9 a.m. I think it was a bit after that when Nate walked in. So I have my suspicions, and we'll see what the Department of Inspector General does. I have half a mind to go down there and sit in the lobby again until somebody comes out. But this is the struggle that I have in trying to get my freedom. God bless. Have a good day.